Hello, lovely people. I'm Shaq, and welcome. Today I'm gonna do a little bit of updating because it was a very productive week for me. It felt like I wasn't gonna get anything done because the clay situation was just running way over time. The bowls didn't want to go together, so yarn bowls is what I'm talking about. So you have to make this curly Q separate from the bowl. Like Joey throws the bowl, I cut a hole in it, and I make this part, and it takes about a day for it to set up. And I messed up the first batch, and so that's what last weekend I was supposed to be working on, was these yarn bowls, and the first batch I set up didn't, the curly Qs weren't right. You got to get them the right thickness so that they hold their shape during the whole kiln process, but that they're not too heavy. It's like this one. This was one of the first ones I did that was perfect. But the I keep doing it too thin, and then it doesn't hold up to being applied on here. It collapses, all sorts of things go wrong. So that's kind of what was going on with that. So I thought my week was shot. Plus I had all the Yule trees that I was trying to get done. And I was just like, there's no way. And I was working really long hours for me, probably normal hours for other people. But I don't have a lot of energy, and I'm pretty much tapped if I put in 5 hours, and I have to move around and go do something else or take a nap, which I'm not into napping. And anyway, losing track there. That's, my brain has been unhinged today. It's like not nailed down. I need something to nail it in place. Anyway, so I messed up and I had to do it again. So I thought there was just no way I was gonna get to doing the cardboard dollhouse, anything. And I was telling Joey that I was like, this is not going well, and I'm gonna need 24 hours to recoup from the really long days and not do clay. And so on Friday, this just previous Friday, I managed to finish the yarn bowls and all of the trees and everything that I'd been working on, and send it off to be fired, with glazed and fired by Joey. And so I kind of crashed. I crashed on Friday afternoon. This just total mental meltdown, didn't accomplish a whole lot. And I kept thinking I should clear the desk. I did manage to kind of limp through clearing the desk, so that I could do the cardboard. And then on Saturday morning, I sat there in kind of a glazed over, non-functional thing. And Joey was trying to take a knit item apart and was struggling. And I took it from them and I undid it. And that just kind of was like, oh, look what I accomplished today. I undid Joey's knitting. So like, I was really feeling like we weren't getting anywhere. But then finally kind of snapped out of it, and I got the back wall glued up, and I moved it upstairs because I had to get back to the clay because Joey had brought home mugs that needed figures on that same Friday that I was totally just crashing. And I managed to get the cardboard done and moved upstairs, and realized that the curve that we had going in the thick piece that I'd made for the I guess we're just going to call it the roof, it continued to curve. That really surprised me. It just continued to bow even though it was upside down. So I was like, I got to get weight on that. So I put the wall on top of it to continue to cure, but I put weight on it. And so it's still sitting on top of that playpen with nothing beneath it because I can't put it on the floor with weight on it because it can't be immovable. The floor is not that clear. And I will start tripping over it. So I've got it up there, so I'm going to have to keep a close eye on it, but I did that, I think, yesterday, where I put the weights on it yesterday because it was really obvious. The wall, the back wall for the dollhouse was very flat, and I set it on top of that bow and a bowed roof, and I was just like, wow, it had a gap that was really big on both ends, and I was just like, okay, we got to kind of try and get this to level here. So anyway, that's setting up and drying, and I will look at it again and I will check it and probably flip the ceiling because it is really moist. Also, I got the glue out of the refrigerator to use and it was seriously chunky. Probably should have waited for it to hit room temperature, but I didn't. And I think it created this moisture thing that using it freshly cooked didn't do. So that's something, if you decide to use that kind of glue, is that maybe wait till it's room temperature to apply it. It's harder to spread, and it's well, it does come out the nozzle better. I mean, less drooling on you, but you have more control. But it's not spreadable. It's harder to spread. It's not easily spread. That would be more accurate. Anyway, I want to take you over to I got a lot of Yule stuff set up, which that was another thing that surprised me this week. I got a lot of things like the Halloween stuff put away, although you'll notice these guys are still in costume and half dressed. They have not gotten attention. But over at the dollhouse, I have the market that I participate in, which is just a photograph thing for Cindy doll collectors, and not exclusively Cindy doll collectors. It's just where it started. But I'm working on setting up. I've got everybody dressed in more holiday-ish clothes as much as I can, and the setup is more holiday. So let's go over there. So you can see all the dolls that I have ready to go to market are sitting on the edge of the dollhouse there. The market stall is set up. I gave it a different top to have a little more holiday, and I got all the bunting done. That's in place, and the ornaments that I made specifically for the dollhouse are done, and so there's a bunch of little stars, a couple of little bells that are kind of in that paper craft style but done in clay, and a tree. And then the tree that is sitting on the red object, that's actually a candle, a battery operated votive, and that little tree is a luminary. So if I turn the candle on, we get lights through the little holes. And you can see that SC is back there, and well, you'll just have to wait and see the photos because he's got some little helpers and they're shopping for some greenery to decorate the house. Let's go over to the dollhouse now and see what's going on there. So over here at the high rise, which I keep calling the dollhouse on accident, we can see we've got a tree up and they're in festive clothes, Susie there, and there's Biog and Brucey. Brucey's the tiny one. They're waiting on some more holiday decorations. We've got two little trees there, which I think I'm going to use porcelain trees there. Not porcelain. Shame on me. Clay trees there, the redware that I made. I think I'm going to get a couple of the trees I sent in to be glazed back, and I'm going to put those there because I will be able to put them on lights. And then we come down, and we don't have decorations up anywhere, but we've got holiday festive wear on them. I don't think there's anything else in this room that's been done. And then we come down into the next, and look at that. They've all got on festive clothes. They too are waiting on some kind of decoration though. And all the way down, see, the babies don't have festive clothes. The babies are not wearing anything festive. I've never gotten anything made for them. Shame on me, right? Della, let's see. There we go. That's better. Della says, I'd like these things put up. I did find a big old blanket, but I don't think it's going to actually work on her bed. She's got some paper stuff that she wants hung up. And that's how that's going. So I've got a craft because, yeah, I'm on the other side of the desk from where I usually am, and I'm hoping that I can get better lighting. So one of the things that has happened this year is that I was just really wanting something red. So this is Kirby, and they are wearing a vintage pink outfit that either my mom or her friend made. I don't know which of them. My guess is her friend made it. She was not that actually very adept at the knitting, my mother. So Joey suggested an outfit with kind of cartoon Christmas tree lines. So we've got this is a pant leg, so it's got a really severe out to the side point, and then the jacket will also have an out to the side severe point. I did mess up when I picked up the stitches over here, and I got the pin in the wrong place, and so my increases were off, and it's supposed to create a line. And so when I found out my increases had shifted over, I had to take all of that work back to where I'd picked up the stitches and get my pin in the right place so I'd increase in the right place. But that's what's going on with that, is that I just wanted to knit something red. This is Amelia Thimble. She's by Robert Tonner, and she is wearing a real pooky hat from the elf hat pattern, and when she's sitting upright, it drapes nicely. Doesn't work against gravity real well. But the rest of her outfit is actually part of the outfit she came in. It has an overdress skirt thing that is very Valentine themed. And so we're trying to switch it up here just a little bit. So I've got this piece of lace, and it is I took the distance around her waist and doubled it, and then added just a little bit more. Then I'm going to take some shearing elastic, and I'm going to gather up this edge. And I'll be honest, I will probably go and spend a lot of time hand stitching this into this here, where all these little ends are tacked down, and just it's a little above and beyond what is necessary, so I'm not gonna have you watch that. Just taking a piece of lace and gathering it with shearing elastic makes a cute little skirt. Works just fine. You can go through the holes if that's what you want to do. It will create a more ruffle edge there, where, you know, we have a bigger section forward and backward. Or you can put the stitches closer together by running it up higher or lower. And I'm going to go with lower. Let's see. Leave myself the amount of seam allowance for closing that up easily. And discover that I'm not seeing this accurately. And keep it where you can see it. I don't want to split this area here, just not for any structural reason, just because. And obviously your lace may be completely different if you want to do something like this. It has got to be the easiest way of putting a skirt on your doll. I used to do this when I was a little tyke. So yesterday, not only, you know, did I get the pottery done that I didn't think I was going to get done. So what I had planned to do for my Monday was to catch up and get that pottery that was brought home on Friday done so I could go back to the studio. But I started out the day. See, Monday is the day that Cloud, Arthur, Joey, they're all home. And we usually have a meal together. And then if there is a group project that needs to happen, we'll do that. And we have been not, I'm going to just say, lax on putting out seasonal decorations because the decorations were under the stairway and difficult to get to. And there's just a serious lack of energy for that extra effort of pulling out the decorations. So we hadn't been doing it. And yesterday I said, I've got this other place, these other places that we can store this, and then we'll have access to it. And so it was pull everything out, clean a lot of dust, and anyway, get that done. And that is what happened before I got to the pottery, was all the cleaning and rearranging, and there was a lot of it. Okay, let's see if that's the right size. Hands up. It is probably best to tie this with it on the doll, because you don't want to tie it too tight. And I don't like lacing the elastic through with it already seamed in the back, but you can do that. I've lost my ends. There. Just tight enough so that it still stretches out so you can get it on and off easily. And my raw edges are being problematic. I think that's good. And yeah, I'm trying to make sure I do a square knot because that will stay in better. And then just cut off the ends. I'm not even going to worry about hiding them. I'll worry about this unfinished edge, but I won't worry about the ends of the elastic. It's that crazy. Okay, then rearrange your gathers. And now she's got a festive little dress. Kind of looks like snowflakes. There's that. Also, I made this realization. You know how I have this bluette doll body and this goblin head. And I believe if I clean this up with the Dremel and make it just a little bit more rounded, that it will sit down in here. I already put it together, and it sits really proud. And I cut off the cork a little bit, and I think that I can get it rounded off to where it sits down in there a little better. And then I am going to put a ruff, like a Renaissance lace ruff collar on her. And if all goes well, maybe eventually I will figure out what kind of paint this is and paint the body to match. I'll have to get some advice from where I bought it. And that was Doll's Parts. They carry them. And then we will have a head on the body and a body on the head. Two different projects just got put together. But it really made me think, you know, I was limiting myself on this body, on what kind of head could go on it, and there's absolutely no reason why this can't go on here. It's not the style of body I originally had envisioned for the goblin, but I kind of love it as a combination, especially if I can get this body painted to match and have it be a good durable paint. But anyway, that's a project that I am currently trying to work on as well. And I did print out the wallpaper for the cardboard dollhouse, and let me get that. Here it is. I designed this paper using some clip art. I got free clip art from the internet. I think it was Shutterstock, but I'm not 100% on that. But I had to I reconfigured it. So I had to take it into a program and clip apart the individual roses and rearrange them, and clean it up and everything. And then put it into a design that I thought was really cool. So we've got blue roses with stripes for the wallpaper. And I'm going to do the wainscoting on the bottom half of the wall. And that all has to be done before the walls go in. And I just realized I do not have my usual divider wall, nor have I revealed what all we're doing on this floor. One of the things that I don't have enough space for is all of the clothes. And I really like having them hung up in the closet. And the shoe rack situation that I created, I don't like, and I want to redo. So I was thinking that on this next floor, we have a living room and a closet. And that the closet has twice as much space for everything, and that we have better shelves for the shoes. And so that's my plan. So the closet will not have this wallpaper. It'll just be white, because it'll have all the hanging and shelving and stuff. I am not going to be concerned with putting wallpaper on that wall. I'm glad I put wallpaper in the bedroom because I'm going to take that closet out. I'm probably going to end up having to patch some spots so that it looks okay. But I also am going to take the lighting in the closet that, in the bedroom, and take it out and bring it up to the next floor. So that we have lighting on the next floor. I'd been trying to figure out how I was going to do that. And I did figure out a way to pull power from the second floor. Is it the second floor? Yeah. Pull power from the second floor to get lighting to the third floor without messing up my closet lighting. But if I take the closet out, I don't need the lighting there. So we'll be redoing that. But obviously, I've got to get back to clay. I never did get the figures done, the knick-knack figures that Arthur wanted, birds and stuff. Yeah, there goes that brain. Trying to remember, but I've got to get back to doing that. And Joey wants a bat stamp to be able to put. So they want to be able to apply a bat to the side of the cup underneath the handle, which, since they've been putting the handles on, that means that they need an easier way to apply the bat so that it's there under the handle. And that's one of those things that you won't be able to really grasp until you see it, probably. But I need to do, like I did before, the sprig mold. So I gotta design and create a bat, or I should say I need to take Joey's given me drawings, some of them quite humorous, of a bat. I think I actually like this drawing the best, and think that I have the best chance of rendering this in a bat about that size. So, it's got to be considerably smaller than this to go underneath the handle and not interfere. You can't have it sticking out so far that it interferes with your hand going in the handle. So, yeah, I've got figurines and bat sprig mold to get started, and I'll share the progress when we get there. I hope that you have enjoyed this wild ride around the house, and that you are having a delightful day, and that you have, let's see, we've got a holiday this week. So I hope you enjoy your day off. If you're getting together with family, that you enjoy that. We will be celebrating Indigenous, what is the choice word there? Yeah, I wrote myself a note. Indigenous Feast Day. We will not be watching the parade this year, which I'm a little disappointed by that, because we can't get it for free. We have to pay, and we're not doing the subscriptions to the corporate. I also hope that on Black Friday you remember to boycott corporate and shop. If you shop, I encourage you not to shop, but if you shop, that you shop at a small local store to you. And if you want to support us, that's great too. We're also a small shop. And if you can support a Black run business, even better. They get neglected a lot, or an Indigenous business, that too gets neglected a lot. So reach out to small businesses and find out, if that's the direction you need to shop. That's where I suggest you put your money. But boycott corporate. They have way too much power in this country, and we need to nip it. They need to know that we actually hold the purse strings. And that they can't just go around willy-nilly deciding stuff for the American people. Anyway, and like I said before, enjoy your time with family if you're getting together with family over the holiday. But have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.